Hello and welcome to this tutorial which I'm going to talk about Microsoft Project and how to show or hide the timeline view. The timeline view was first introduced in Microsoft Project version 2010. It is also available in versions 2013, 2016, and 2019. The timeline view usually shows up when you open a blank file. Right out of the box it shows up. And sometimes it's hidden and you want to show it. So here we're going to go through different methods to make sure that you're able to show it when you want to show it and hide it when you don't. So let's get started. Okay, so I have this scheduled open right now, and there are different methods that we can use to show the timeline. One of the first methods and easiest to use is to use your Microsoft Project ribbon and go to the tab View. When you go to View, you need to go look for Timeline, and it is under the Split View grouping. So you check that off and you now have the timeline. Okay, I don't have any task on there, but for now it doesn't really matter. We just want to make sure that we show our timeline. Okay, let's uncheck that and try another method. Alright, now the second method is to, if you're in Gantt view or in task usage view, go to the second pane. Right here is the Gantt chart. You right click and then you make sure to go to show timeline and you click on that. Alright then, so we can go ahead and go back to view and to check that so we know that it's gone. The next thing that we need to do is make sure that we can show the timeline in a single view. So maybe I shouldn't have taken away my timeline. So let's go put it back on, show timeline. Okay, now that we have our timeline, what I can do is, you see how this is a split view, this is the top and this is the bottom pane. So right in between both of them, you can get those two horizontal lines with those arrows pointing up and down. Well, you click on that, hold down your mouse button and then drag all the way down. And now you can see your timeline view in the whole as a whole. Okay, so let's go back and see how else we can do it. Okay, so we're going to go back to task and then the Gantt view. Okay, so now that we're back in the Gantt view, let's bring back our show timeline and see how we can go and show it by itself. Actually, I'm going to hide it. So what we want to do to show it is we're going to go to Gantt chart, we're going to open it up, and we're going to go down to timeline. So we're under task, tab, Gantt chart view, and you do the drop down and do timeline. And now you have a single view. And it automatically goes to a timeline tools format, so you can start creating the timeline however you want to create it, or show it, or print it, whatever you want to do. So now to go from here and now to hide it. Okay, now we're in single view, so we want to hide this or we want to change view. You can call it whichever way. That's what we're going to do. You can go to the task tab, then you go back to view, and you can click on Gantt chart if that's what you want to go see, or choose any of the other views. I want to go back to Gantt chart, so I'm just going to click on Gantt chart, and there you go, we're back to Gantt chart. Alright, so we already saw also how we can hide it. If we're showing it, we can go to the Gantt view, we can right click and then show timeline, uncheck it, and there it's gone. Alright, so how about if you always open a blank file and you want to make sure that you never see a timeline when you open up a blank file? Because right now when I go to File, New, and I blank project, I get a blank project with a timeline, and I just don't want to mess around with that. I don't want to have to hide it every single time. So what we can do is go to File, then go to Options, and there under Options we're going to be on General, and if you're not, just click on General and then go to Project View and then the default view. This means that every time you open a blank project, the default view is going to be a Gantt with timeline. So we don't want that. So we have a whole lot of other views that we can choose from. I going to choose just the Gantt chart because I like that one. Okay, so now that we have chosen default view to be Gantt chart, we click OK. Alright, so this is already open, so it doesn't work on whatever's open. It's any new file that we open. So we go to File, New, and then we open a blank file. And there you go, our project file, our new project file does not have the Gantt with timeline view. And that's how we do it. Thank you for listening to this tutorial and see you next time. Bye.